Greetings, my human friends. Tuxie here, your feline guide possessing the extraordinary knack to articulate in your language. I'm a tuxedo cat with a penchant for napping and a knack for explaining the feline way of life. Today, I'm here to discuss a topic dear to my heart and perhaps to yours as well, the art of the catnap. You know, they say cats sleep for 16 to 20 hours a day. But have you ever wondered why we still look so darn cute while doing it? The secret's in the catnap. Now let's talk about sleep. You humans, bless your hearts, seem to have a rather rigid view on it. You set aside a chunk of time, usually at night, and that's when you sleep. If you're lucky, you get a solid 8 hours. If you're not, well, let's just say I've seen some of you before your morning coffee, and, well, it's not a pretty sight. We cats, on the other hand, have a much more flexible approach. We don't restrict our sleep to a single extended period. Instead, we intersperse our waking hours with numerous short naps. This is what we call polyphasic sleep, and it's the key to our enviable sleep habits. The catnap isn't just about catching some shut-eye, though. It's a vital part of our daily routine. It helps us conserve energy, stay alert, and keep our predatory instincts sharp. And let's not forget, it also gives us plenty of time to dream about chasing mice, climbing trees, and all the other fun stuff that makes being a cat so darn wonderful. So, why are we cats so good at napping? Well, it's all about knowing when to sleep and when to wake up. We have this thing called the sleep-wake cycle, which is like an internal clock that tells us when it's time to snooze and when it's time to rise and shine. It's a fine balance, and one that we cats have mastered over thousands of years. And the result? Well, just look at us. We're alert, we're agile, and we're always ready for action. And, of course, we always wake up looking fabulous. So, if you've ever envied a cat's ability to nap, stick around. I'm going to let you in on our secret. You might think a cat's life is all play and no work. But, let me tell you, it's not as easy as it looks. Picture this, a morning in the life of yours truly, Tuxie the tuxedo cat. First on the agenda is hunting. Ah yes, the thrill of the chase, the suspense, the strategy. You see, there's a certain art to stalking the elusive red laser dot. It's a wily creature, always darting out of reach at the last moment. But I am a patient hunter and, mark my words, one day that dot will be mine. Next comes grooming. You may think we cats are a bit vain, spending so much time on our appearance. But let me tell you, it takes a lot of work to look this good. Fur doesn't just clean itself, you know. There's a rigorous routine involving licking, pawing, and the occasional hairball. Not for the faint of heart, I assure you. Then there's playtime. Ah, the sheer joy of a good romp with a jingle ball or a tussle with a feather toy. It's not all fun and games, though. Playtime is serious business. It's a time to practice our hunting skills, to keep our reflexes sharp and our bodies agile. A cat has to stay in tip-top shape, you understand. And finally, there's the matter of napping. Now, you might think this is the easy part, but napping is a crucial component of a cat's day. We're not just lazing about, you know. We're recharging, resting up for the next round of hunting, grooming, and playing. And let me tell you, finding the perfect sunbeam for a nap is an art form in and of itself. So you see, a cat's life is a delicate balance of work and rest. We're always on the go, always busy with one thing or another. It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. And after all that hard work, who wouldn't need a nap? Now let's get down to business. The catnap. It's not just about closing your eyes and hoping for the best. No, my dear friends. It's a meticulous art form, a dance between comfort and alertness, a symphony of slumber, if you will. First, let's talk about the location. You see, we cats are rather picky when it comes to our nap spots. It needs to be just right. Too sunny? No, thank you. Too cold? Absolutely not. The perfect spot is a delicate balance of cozy warmth and gentle coolness. And of course, it must be quiet. We're not barbarians, after all. Now, when we've found the perfect spot, we don't simply plop down. Oh, what a crude thought. We circle, we sniff, we need a time-honored ritual to ensure the spot is truly worthy of our majestic presence. But what's this? A sudden noise? A disturbance in our sanctuary of slumber? Ah, the audacity. But worry not, for we are ever graceful in our response. A slight twitch of the ear, a subtle narrowing of the eyes, and we're back to our peaceful repose. Now, onto the duration of the catnap. Contrary to popular belief, we don't simply sleep all day. Well, not every day. A proper catnap lasts anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes. Any longer, and we risk entering deep sleep, which is not the goal of a catnap. The aim is to refresh, not to hibernate. And let's not forget the all-important post-nap stretch. No catnap is complete without it. It's not just about looking adorable, though we do excel at that. Stretching helps to wake up our muscles and shake off any lingering sleepiness. It's the final note in our symphony of slumber, the grand finale of our dance. So to recap, find the perfect spot, conduct the kneading ritual, settle down, sleep for 15 to 20 minutes, and conclude with a magnificent stretch. Easy, isn't it? Well, not quite. You see, the art of the catnap is not something one simply masters overnight. It requires practice, patience, and a fair bit of trial and error. But fear not, for with persistence anyone, yes, even you, dear human, can become a connoisseur of the catnap. Remember, the perfect catnap requires practice. Don't get discouraged if you don't get it right the first time. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. How to wake up from a catnap looking like the cat's meow. Waking up from a catnap, my dear feline enthusiasts, is an art form in itself. Much like the perfect pirouette or the most deliciously baked scone, it's not merely about opening one's eyes and stretching out those kitty limbs. Oh no, it's an intricate dance of timing, control, and yes, a dash of feline flair. One must first understand the importance of not overnapping. An overextended catnap, while seemingly delightful, can lead to a groggy awakening. Not to mention the potential calamity of missing out on mealtime or playtime. Imagine the horror of waking up only to find your food bowl empty and your favorite feather toy nowhere in sight. Quite the catastrophe, wouldn't you agree? Now, onto the transition from nap to wakefulness. Here's where the true finesse kicks in. You see, one must awaken as if roused by the gentlest of breezes, not jolted awake like a startled squirrel. Start with a slow, languid stretch, extending those paws as far as they'll go. Then a gentle shake of the head as if shaking off the last vestiges of sleep. Finally, open those eyes wide, ready to take on the world, or at least the living room. Of course, this doesn't happen overnight. It requires practice, patience, and a good dose of feline perseverance. But remember, each nap is a new opportunity to perfect your wakefulness technique. And when you finally master it, you'll wake up feeling refreshed, re-energized, and ready to pounce on whatever the day, or in our case, the night, has to offer. So there you have it, the secrets of the catnap, straight from the cat's mouth. Remember, practice makes perfect. Well, it's been a pleasure sharing my wisdom with you, but, as they say, all good things must come to an end. And so, my dear Furrians, we've reached the tail end of our journey through the world of feline slumber. We've pounced through the ins and outs of a cat's life, dug our claws into the art of the catnap, and even figured out how to wake up refreshed. Quite an adventure, isn't it? I do hope you'll give these tips a try. Remember, practice makes perfect. And don't worry if you don't get it right the first time. We cats have 9 lives for a reason after all. So keep your chin up, your tail high, and your eyes half closed. Remember, the secret to a good catnap lies not just in the snooze, but in the wake-up too. Now, if you'll excuse me, all this talking about catnapping has made me quite sleepy. Until our next rendezvous, indulge in blissful catnaps, my dear humans. But before you succumb to sleep's embrace, gently tap the subscribe button. Ring the bell and secure your front row seat for every dreamy episode overflowing with whisker magic on Tuxie Talks. Stay inquisitive, stay whiskered, and until our next cozy catnap, keep purring.